Hi everyone, I'm here today to do an Aunty Vera creative team project, and this one is going to be it's a journal with a difference. It's a very simple journal that you don't need to sew or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the crepe paper magical forest sheets, and I've chosen critters, wishes, discover, sunlight, imaginary, and little. And what I also have is some plain white photocopy paper. Now this one is actually 120 GSM, so you do need a little bit thicker than the normal 80 GSM paper. You can use manila folder or you can use cardstock. The only thing is that the thicker your paper, the thicker your journal, the spine area will be, which is why I've chosen a little bit lighter paper. Now I did choose these ones in particular because they are more and sort of smaller designs, which I think suits what I'm going to do. First thing to do, and I'll just pop those out of the way, is to cut this paper, which will form the spine part of the journal. Now I have the measurements here, which I'm going to cut this paper into. I need to cut this into 5 15 centimetre by 6 centimetre pieces. Now, looking at my board, I'll just turn it around. Okay, so just put that out of the way. Now I'm just going to cut the 15 centimetres. Unfortunately, you can't get two 15 centimetres across here because it's only 29, possibly 0.6 or 7, so not quite enough. But anyway, we'll just do it this way. We should be able to get enough out of here. And I'll speed this bit up while I'm cutting them. So I'm cutting 15 centimetres by 6 centimetres, and I need 5 of them. Three, 4, 5. Alright, so the next part is taking your paper. You're going to need to cut them, and I'll just check my measurements, yep, 15 by 30 centimetres. Alright, now I'm just thinking which ones are going where. I'm thinking this one here will be the back cover. So it is important to check the direction of design. So I need to turn this the other way. Make some room. Okay. So I need 15 centimetres deep. Now altogether I need 6 pieces, so that's 1. Okay, now this one I'm thinking this particular side. I'll just go a little bit wider. There we go. So spare pieces over here so I don't get myself confused. Another 15 centimetres. Now I'm just doing 15 centimetres, then I'll check the 30 in a moment. Alright, now this one I like the mushroom side, so we'll go with the mushrooms. Of course, if you use a paper trimmer, you do this with the paper trimmer. Okay, so that's 3. I think I like the rainbows. Huh, I'm not sure if I actually said what I was doing. I am actually making a little journal, and it's going to be a hinged journal. And what it is, it's going to be a child's journal, one that a child can actually put their bits and pieces in, or photos of family or something like that. So it will be, the base of the journal will be made, and then they can add their little bits in as they want to. So they might decide to put some, what do you call them, photos, things like that in there. Now, I actually do not have any small children in my family, or in my personal life, I guess. My own children are only in their early 20s and not inclined to have kids yet. Yeah, there's no other small children in my family now. We're all sort of at that point where either too old for kids, or, well, I guess too young or not interested yet. So I'm not sure what I'll do with this journal. The reason I went with this idea was because the paper definitely, to me, lent itself to a child sort of a journal. But, you know, I guess you could use it for older. But I kind of like the idea of making one for a child that they can fill in. And I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet. All right, let's see. I've got 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, I do have to make them 30 centimetres. And I should need to change my board again. Okay, so 30 centimetres. Okay, so they're just a little bit. Okay, keep these strips. You may need them later, so don't throw those out. All right. So, they are the pages so far. So they were the 15 centimetres by 30 centimetres. Next step is, move those out of the way. With these 15 by 6 centimetres, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. They do need to now be folded in half. Now, if you use a scoreboard, use the scoreboard. Someone started to mow their lawn outside. It's very wet outside, actually. It was raining earlier, so, but it is our green rubbish bin day, so they're probably thinking they need to get that done so that they can get the grass clippings into the bin. So that's all 5 cut into, or folded into, in half. So the next step, you'll need your glue stick, and we're going to glue them together. Now, you could use double-sided tape or a stronger glue, but because lining them up can be a little challenging, it's probably best to use your glue stick, because you do have a little bit of time to pull them apart if necessary. Now, just get some paper to lean on. Now, what I'm going to do is I need to do it so that the folded parts are all on the one side. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue at the top of this one first, and then line it up so that my folds are together and the open sides are together, and it's lined up as best as I can get it, which is actually quite challenging when you're not looking closer at it. Okay. Now, it is important to get the folded side lined up first. Don't worry too much about the other side, because that doesn't matter as much as the folded side. It's the folded side that will be your outer spine, and it's best if that's even. This part, not so much. So that's 2 done. So again, just trying really hard to get that folded line side really nice and straight. And just keep going until you run out of hinges. Too bad. I did notice though I did start to move a little out, so I'll see if I can, whoops, realign that one. Okay. Alright, just get rid of any excess sort of glue on the edges, make sure it can open up and that each of the pieces are reasonably glued down. Okay. So that's what it should look like, and I'll just bring it in a little bit closer so you can see. There we go. So next bit, you need to get your pieces again, and you need to work out which ones were your fronts and backs. So I'm going with this one as my front, and the one with the little faces, this one, as my back. And then the rest, let me see, I think I'll just sort of spread them through. Probably put that one in there. Okay, like so. Now, what you're going to do is fold them in half. Obviously, when you are cutting them, if you have a design that needs to go in a certain direction, you need to make sure that you cut it so that the design is like that. That's the direction of the page. Okay, and we have one more. Okay, so that, and that. Okay, it's a pity it doesn't go that way because that would be better for the front cover, but we're going to decorate it so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now the next thing you can do is decide which I've done. You need to put, some of them you can put as pockets. So I'm thinking I'll have a pocket in this one, make this as a pocket, and possibly I could have 3. So this one, no, maybe only 2 pockets. Might have 2 pockets, I think. Probably don't need more than 2 pockets, so maybe in that case, this one and this one. It doesn't really matter which you decide is going to be your pockets, except that you're going to put a little indentation in the top. So what to do that, which ones did I decide on? This one. I'm going to work out the center of my pocket just so I get it even. Now let me see, it was 15, so that would make it 7.5. Yeah, so okay, that's my center. Now, it's going to go that way, so I'm going to put a little divot part, like so. So that will be a pocket that way. So I have a pocket there, and I'm not actually very happy with the fact that that paper's underneath. So I may actually pop something under there to hide that. Okay, let's have a look. I think I'll do the little toadstool one, and that paper's fine. So again, I'll measure the halfway mark, and if it's going that way, I think I might have a pocket on this side on this one. So Now, what we're going to have to do is glue them in. So what you'll need to do is grab your hinges and we're going to start with the back, and what we're going to do is put some glue just along here for the moment, and now you need to line this up along here, along your hinge. Now let me just check that I've got this right. Hinges need to be outer, so this is the hinge here and this is the edge, so it will need to go like so. And again, the glue stick, it does make it a little bit easier to make sure that you're all lined up. That's fairly straight, I think. Okay. Then, when you're happy with that, we're going to glue the rest of the page down. Now this one is not a pocket, so it will need a bit more glue. Now I've just noticed that's a little bit far over, but that's okay, worked out. So just press all that down. Could use a bone folder, and I would if I knew where it was, but it's not here, so I'm not using it. Okay, so that's the back section done. Alright, so the next page. Now the next page is the one with the pocket, so this one does not get totally glued down. So again, I'm actually going to put the glue on this side, like so, and I'm going to line that up and try and make sure this side's lined up as well. Now again, this is the part that's more important to be lined up, so it looks nice and straight. And then press that down. Oops. Okay. Yep, that's right. Okay, so that would be your second page glued down. Okay, so now with this one, because it's a pocket, you put the glue on the white strip across the bottom. And you keep going to the next page, same thing. Now this one's not a pocket, so this one can be totally glued down. Now look, you could make them all pockets if you wanted to as well. Now this one is the pocket, and I was going to put something in there to hide that, so I'm just having a look what I've got. Maybe a little bit of that white paper that was left. Let's have a look. Might just pop that across the top just so that it hides that. I think that would look better. Okay, then repeat. Okay, now this one is the pocket. Now at this point, if you decide you're not happy using a glue stick, you could of course use some other glue. That's up to you. Now something's wrong. Why have I got one short? Obviously I've counted wrong somewhere. Okay, so we need to cut another one of those pieces. So we need another piece, so it must be 7 pieces. Let's just have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, must have made an extra page on this one. Interesting. All right, not a problem. We will use this one. I think that one would look good as well, since I've used the back of that. Oh no, actually, a spotty one. I like this one. All right, so I'm just going to quickly cut another piece for this one. All right, so keep gluing them down. Okay, and the final one being the cover, or the front I should say. Now if you would want to, you can reinforce the front by putting card inside, but this paper is actually quite thick, so I don't think it's necessary. Oops, slipped. There we go. Okay, and pulling it down. Okay. Alright, there we go. That's the main book done. Alright, now I've just gone back through and tried to figure out how I ended up with an extra page. Because definitely 5 white strips equals 4 pages plus your front and back cover. Now I ended up with 5 pages, which meant that I had to have 6 strips. I'm not sure what happened, but the only thing I can think of is somewhere along the line I've picked up an extra strip and stuck it in. I did have some extra ones or extra pieces of paper floating around, so I'm just wondering if somehow I've done that, because it doesn't work otherwise. But anyhow, so yeah, if you want 5 pages, then you need 6 strips, 4 pages, 5 strips. So I have that extra page, but that doesn't matter. You can make it as thick as you like, actually. Now the next thing is to fix up the spine area so that you can't see this bit. What you need is another piece of paper, and I'm thinking I'll go for this piece here. And what we need to do is cut a piece to fit along the spine. Now it will have to be the 15 centimeters tall, wide. It'll need to be 15 centimeters wide. Let me see, will that make it? Yes, it should make it. Okay. Just trim this little bit off here. Okay. Now it will need to be, the width that you need really depends on how wide you want the spine part. For example, if you want this wide, you'll be wrapping it round, so that would mean you would need it to be at least 8 centimeters. So I'm actually going to go with 7 centimeters because I didn't want it quite that wide, but it's up to you how wide you want to do it. You could go 6 if you wanted. Yeah, I think I'll go with the 7. Alright, so we're going to glue that on. So I'm actually going to use some art glitter glue for this part. I think I need to be about there, and it's a little bit long, so I might just trim that. Yep, that's better. And I might just put some glue stick here. Just gives you a little bit of room to maneuver if you need to. So, yep. Now another thing you can do, which I might just very quickly do, is just distress this edge and this edge here. You can distress all the pages before you glue it together, or you can do it after. It really depends on what you remember to do or prefer to do. Now this bit here, you've simply got to fold it around You can use a scoring tool to score down if you have one, like so, down there, to make a more sharper fold. It's up to you. And then we just fold it around again. So it will be like that. So we just glue that down. Now, because most of the decorating will be left to whoever gets the little journal, I'm thinking it will be like family photos, that sort of a thing. Friends who, you know, my friends are, my family is, that sort of a thing. But still, it'd be nice to do the cover and maybe pop some pockets in there, some extra little pockets or something like that. So that's the basic journal. Now for the front, let me see, where is the ephemera pack? Now let's have a look what we have here. If I can open it. No, maybe it doesn't. Oh yes, it does. There we go. Oh, these are good here. These ones here, you've got little things for names, so that will be useful. Now let's just have a look in here. Oh, there's a couple of name ones in here as well. What I'm thinking is something that let's just move that out of the way so it's not too distracting. Have a quick look at these. So they're definitely child orientated. And I'm thinking some of these would be nice to pop in a pocket so that they can use them as they decorate. Some cute little bits of ephemera here actually. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, there's a frog. Let's just have a bit of an audition here of some of these bits and pieces. I do like that, but if you have a picture, maybe like a photograph of the child, you could probably put that in, but since I don't even have a child in mind, that makes it a little bit trickier, doesn't it? Okay, what have we got here? I'm wondering if perhaps something like that, and actually take out this part, so just use the frame. They could pop their own picture in there. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see, we need a little bit of cardstock or something white. Okay, so what I've done is I've cut a little piece of white card that I'm thinking can sit behind that, and what will happen is then they can pop a photograph behind it. Just give it a little bit more of a trim. So basically that sits glued there, and this is glued from the bottom, possibly the bottom and the two sides, and then you can slip a photograph. Let me just grab something small enough. Then they can pop their photo into there like so. I think I like that, and I like one of those other stickers for the name. And I'm going to go with the green one simply because I don't know who's getting this. So we'll pop that there. Oops, we better distress the edges first. They're quite a thick sticker, these too, so that's nice. Now the other thing you could do is pop a bit of acetate actually as well. I don't think I will though, because when you're trying to put in a photo it may get caught or something, so I'm thinking I'll just glue that to that. So a little bit of glue. And that will slide in, and a little photo will slide in there and should, I'm hoping, stay. Now obviously they could glue it in as well, that's the other thing too. I mean, once you know who's having the journal, you know, the photo could be glued into there. Okay, so I'm going to glue this whole thing down now. Okay, now what else have we got here? We got some fun little stickers. I think that rabbit's cute. A little bear. We might use the rabbit. So it's not going to interfere with the picture. Alright, now just going to distress the front just to give it a little bit of a vintage look. I might just go off camera and distress all the pages because, well, it's going to take a little while, so I will be right back. Alright, so just quickly finishing up, what I thought I would do is, and I'm going to speed through this because you'll be able to see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of journaling cards that can go into each of these pockets. So they could either be used as a journaling card or a photo mat. So that will simply be, I'll just use some of this paper and cut them into pieces. Alright, so I'm finished. Now, as I said, this is a journal for a child to fill in. So the front little section is an open pocket, so they can pop their photograph in or a picture of their choice. It's up to them. Little section for their name. Now, just a quick flip through. What I've done is I've put a little pocket here, and it is a gusseted one, and I've got a little gift, I think it's actually a cake bag, but it's a little paper bag, and I've decorated the front, and inside I've popped in a whole stack of the little bits of ephemera and things, so they can use that to decorate the journal as they like. Now I've left all the pages blank because it's their journal, so they may want to put photographs, they may want to put pictures, whatever they like, it's up to them. We have one pocket here, and I've popped in just a card here. It's a journaling card or a photo mat, and it's just been backed with plain photocopy paper, so that is, it's up to them what they do with that. And again, the rest of the pages, and again there's another journaling card here which is just simply done, and then again it's blank on the back. Alright, and then of course the pages, and you could fill it with photographs yourself and pass it on, or you could do it so that they, when they pop over and visit, maybe they can spend some time working on it as well. So that is my project for this month, or one of my projects for this month. I hope you found that useful. Oh, another thing too, you can of course change the papers and make it more suitable for an adult. That's entirely up to you. But yeah, as I said, quick project for this month. Look out for the rest of my projects and the projects from the other ladies as well. Don't forget to check out the blog where we give more information as well. And I think that's about it. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.